I'm live, and it's a Tuesday night, which is unusual, but look at the top of the screen. There's still a timer there. Because for some reason I'm doing a tipathon, and so long as that timer is active and it's not a Friday or a Sunday, I'll be here. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're still under daylight savings, of course. That will change this Sunday, but for now, still under daylight savings, so there's that. But yeah, I don't know. What more do you want me to say? Tipathon started last night. Roughly an hour and a half was added to the clock, and actually it should be a little higher. Let me fix that. I finally made it so that ARPABot will only mention, in theory at least, ARPABot will only individually message for 1 to 4 gift sub packages. So, like, gift subs that are 1 to 4 gift subs given at one time. We'll go with that wording. So 5 or higher should be one thing, and that's what messed this up. Because, in theory, for 5 gift subs, there should have been some extra time added to the clock. But it wasn't. So, it didn't update at the top of the screen. Here, let me just there it is. Yeah. So ignore the end time. That's just wrong. It's is that actually right? Hours from now? No. How the hell did you get 5 a.m.? Probably because it's going off of 3 hours more. It's going off of Friday or Monday night, the previous stream. That makes sense. So I haven't started the timer yet, obviously, but the timer has been corrected. It's now where it should be. And in just a second, we'll get underway. I haven't modified any of the values for anything, so it's still very much in your guys' favor to contribute now if you're going to. Because again, like $20 adds 1 hour to the clock. That is pretty bloody generous. I don't think you'll be seeing many other streams doing like subathons or tipathons. I don't think that anybody else really calls them tipathons. But anyway, if I'm wrong, it's just because I'm unaware of that. The other people calling it that. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna find numbers that high. Also, every $50 adds an extra 30 minutes. So $20 adds 1 hour, but $50 adds 3. Yeah, anyway, we've got enough time on the clock at this point that in theory, I should be able to make it to the end of tomorrow night, no problem. The only thing is, as it stands, that's about it. So, throw some support my way so that that timer can keep going up and up and up. Or don't. Always appreciate it if you do, though. So let's resume the tipathon as I launch Satisfactory. Yeah, see, now it's updated. 210 instead of 510. That makes sense. Press this button, and this button, and this button, and now we wait. Oh, and of course, there is a chance that OBS lags again tonight. I don't know why it would. I'm honestly concerned about my GPU, and I'm sitting at 120 FPS. That would be why. I did do a little bit of work offline, and so I was having flickering issues. VRR not doing its thing its job properly or something, so I don't know. I hope my GPU isn't dying. It's an old GPU, it's got a lot of time on it. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just got into the game, but I'm sitting at 61C currently. It's not that bad. Just gonna check the lizard doggos. Why did you go all the way over there? Decrease my volume a little bit as well. And thank you for the nothing good. Oh yeah, I was thinking some things, because things have changed again a little bit. If I just go way up here, you might notice that there's, by the way, is the timer counting down? Yes. There's nothing out this way. It was right back there, where that clearly, what is a coal node is. There's nothing back there. It's all over there instead. Yeah, I wanted to ramp up my steel-related production. So I tore down the old stuff and put that up. Nothing too fancy. We're gonna go out there though, because apparently I missed a power pole. So I want to go grab that rather than leave it out in the desert. Yeah, not much. There's a fair amount of storage for, what is this? Steel? Right, they're made of steel. That's why 20. Yeah, that's not even full yet. And then there's a bunch of storage for the encased beams. And then over there's your steel pipes. So, yeah, just a little bit of work done to change things. Yeah, I see that power pole now. No wonder I didn't spot it. It was behind the rim. I wouldn't spot it. And just like that, we're going back. I loaded up my save in the interactive map and just immediately went to that area to look. And sure enough, one little dot present on the map. I'm also highly considering redoing the motor factory back there. Just because for a reasonable amount of iron, not too much, but not a small amount either, and a bit of coal and copper, I could recreate that and get like 6 times as many motors out of it. Was it 30 or 60? Either way. Currently making like 10. So bumping it up to even 30 would be quite an upgrade. Oh yeah, in case it's not obvious, not only did I add another container or two here, but everything is Mark 6ified because fast. Because fast. And since I have the resources automated now. I did go back to that factory, by the way. It was not running super efficiently. Naturally. So I went through and made sure everything was correct. I think I had a lift that was Mark 1 instead of Mark 2, which was a massive bottleneck. But beyond that, I think it was mostly just letting things stock up. It looks so weird to me how, like, this entire line is backed up and then this is feeding in, but it's working correctly. Like, I don't entirely understand why it's favoring those. But you also see, like, only these two down on the end that are almost fully filled, and they're not even stuffing up to the point of being less efficient. So it's, yeah, it's working. It's just weird how this side doesn't appear to be jamming up too much. These are, of course, working as they should. And even with 5 of them not going off, they just funnel this way. Because by default, they go that way. No, by default, they go this way. This way. But they're overflowing, and then that's full, so they're overflowing, and yeah. So that's good. We still got work to do over here, though. Like, that iron is going off to meet up with plastic from up there at some point, and then there's more stuff from over here that needs to meet up with things like right here. You need to go make screws. Shall we do that? I think we shall. Where are we? 19.5 constructors. Shall we just get this built out? That's all I can do at once. If I had stuff fully upgraded, I'd be able to do slightly more. By the way, there's already a stack refilled. Because... how many uploaders do I have on that? 9? Yeah, I think 9 feeding in at 240 per second. So, like, 2,100 items per minute. Just a few. The screws, I think, will just go right out here. I can fill the rest of that in later. Guess I want... no, I do want you... I probably can get away with right there. Leave. Try that again. Leave space here so that I can get outputs, and then leave space here for other stuff to sneak through. Realistically, I could probably move it all the way over. That's not that big of a deal. And I'm gonna do that. I only need 20 total. So no IO times 3. Yep, they're all aligned correctly, and then literally just... yeah, I'm grabbing the foundations as well, but they're easy enough to remove. Get rid of the annoying outlines, and there we go. I'm going to do that, but you can be put down to 75%, and you also at 75%, because rather than do the math, so here's the thing, right? I need 20 constructors, but one has to be set to 50% speed. That's 10 times 2 is 20. 18 at full speed, and then if I take 2 and balance it out, it's 75% each instead of 50 and 100. Makes sense, right? Okay, just wanted to be sure. And these two should still be set to that much. Just gonna go through and connect all these up. Don't know what happened with you, but okay. And there we go. So that's just a simple by 30 each time, roughly. Not quite 270, and then it's... Wait, what? $195 rods a minute. I want screws, not... That's why... Try that again. At least I realized my mistake early on. And yeah, I just overrode that. Okay. Let's try that again. So it's 20 per? Yeah. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Obviously slightly under, but 40, 60, 80, 195. And because they only take 10 per minute, it's easily covered by that much. That much, as in like one Mark 1 or a Mark 1 belt. Obviously there's only one connecting to the machine. That's not how these machines work otherwise, at least for the inputs. There's an output belt. But that's something completely different. Okay, well, that's easy enough. And all the screws will fit not only onto one belt, but they're all going to the same place. So that's fun. Always gotta be one that gets offset. Probably make sure that these all need... Yes, okay. Please attach in the right way. Let's see, 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, 240, 280... 320. A niche. 360, 400. But not, because it's actually 390. And then we just repeat. 20, 200, 80, and it's just mark 4 all the way to the end. These screws actually need to go with the copper sheets to make copper rotors in 4 assemblers. I should have made them feed this way. Oh well, actually, you know what? We will do this. We'll just have it loop around this side and come back this way. Does mean I have to figure out the amount of belts. Thank you, autosave light spike. Greatly appreciated. Let's see, this is not quite 400. Get that close. 440, 480, and then it doesn't matter, it's Mark 5. I could just make everything Mark 6, but I like balancing it out like that. And that tops out just at 780. Also, technically... No, that's where it should be. Never mind. Silica right, I think, actually will do it. Just like that. I'll let these back stuff a little bit first. So this is gonna be literally just 4 rotors. 4 copper rotors a minute. No, 4 assemblers. Making 45 rotors a minute. Something like that, and then copper sheets. That. How many sheets do you guys output? So I'm gonna need 4 machines. Please tell me you're not overclocked. You are. You bastard. Okay, so that is the alignment I want. So if I... Yeah, but you're one out. Hey look, Eason found a button. You're supposed to snap to that. Can you please? There we go. Okay, how about this? I'm still gonna need that thing there. Guys, I don't remember which one it needs, so I'm just gonna do that. No, this is something you can do in vanilla, actually, Geeson. Being able to move them the way I am, yes, but... Oh, now you're wanting to do that, you bastard. Okay, how about reverse psychology, if you will. You want to snap there, so... Actually, you want to snap the other way. No, you literally just want to do that way. Let's try one just from the other side, and I'll probably do the same bloody thing. Nope. There we go, that time it worked. Move that so it's no longer connected. What the hell? Trophy Streambot, why are you double posting? That's 45. Just to confirm, you need 90. Yes. Yeah, so that trick I did with the lifts is purely vanilla. You don't need modded for that. Though you can see it's a bit finicky at times. And then other times it just works. That's why I wanted to do that, by the way. Just a nice short belt to bridge it over that and clear it from this. Yeah, see, I want to leave this to backfill even more, because some of them just aren't hardly getting any rods. Such is the disadvantage of a manifold style. But you give it time to fill up. And, excuse you? What do you mean you're not running efficiently? Barely getting sufficient wire. See, there's always something. Just compensate with my own backlog. And then these both should be pretty full. Just saw the input and the fact those are making stitch plates. Yeah. You play enough of this game and you learn the recipes. That's what I say. So, fine. Again, just gonna do the same thing here. Honestly, you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need much of it. However, you, and you, and you. This is also one way to quickly deal with manifolds, is just to use your existing stock of items, if you're auto-crafting them at least, to just fill things up. So now that should be producing more modular frames, and it should be good. Let me just go make sure that I'm not having issues with the modular frame feed over here. I don't think I am. Yeah, basically just preload it. Exactly. Good enough. Of course, it's funny, I was having those supply issues with the wire. Meanwhile, most of these machines are sitting here idle because that wire goes to some other thing. So it's still struggling there. No surprise. It takes a while to do all these. Just how it is. Alright, well let's work on the rest of the copper sheets. I need 30 per minute going towards what exactly? Iron canisters. Yeah, that's that. Okay. So that's basically just going to get sent over some other way. That's 22.5 plus 27, not 0.5, which is less than 60, is it not? Actually, no, it's... Hold on. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm saying that, like, I need 30 copper sheets, so this is sufficient for what I need. Any goes that way, overflow goes that way. And then this gets set to 30. Yeah, where are you? Wrong order of operations there. Change the part out so that looks better. Don't click revert. Okay, so that is the 90 going to rotors, the 30 going to that, 60 going to heat sinks I do not have allocated yet. But that is literally just straight up 60. And then the silicon circuit boards as well is the remaining bit. This is approximate. Okay. So that is clearly not where I want it to be. Do this and repeat. Yeah, I don't have it. Yeah, I have a small gap there. And any that way, overflow that way. Fine. Actually, I don't even need that, do I? Because that's 60 per minute. So just... don't want to put it that far forward, but it just wants to snap in there. Just in line with that. No elevation. And the belt speed itself is a limiter. Again, change to copper sheets. And then the rest of them go towards the silicon circuit boards, but the problem is that's coming from the alumina solution, which is also everything is going to be that way because there's not that much else here. I have to actually figure this out. Is this just 22.5 times 3? Let's see. Actually, I want to do plus 22.5 times however many. 1, 2, 3. And that doesn't belong there. But then subtract out 90. So yes, it's 0.001 off. It doesn't matter. That means that it's correct. $148. Yeah, it's all Mark III. And again, just change this. I should have copy pasted the copper sheet one, the original one there, but oh well. Okay, so that's the copper sheet stuff. Maybe I should get that work. I mean, I can get it partially set up, but not fully. And actually, this silica is coming from alumina solution. So maybe we should work on that instead. Or maybe we should just finish up down here first instead. I don't know. I have wire and I have steel pipe. And it's all supposed to be going towards making stators. See? $137.5. That needs 9 assemblers. I mean, I'm not using the space otherwise, so... $9.167. I actually want to take this one. Give me some power shards. And I want to overclock you. That. Except it's going to be stators. Wasn't trying to turn off the flashlight, but that works. Okay. Gonna have them feed in from this way since the wire's over on the other side. So loop it around and feed it in over here. These belts are not exactly feeding at the same rate, but that's fine, that's just how it goes. Take mode off, please. Okay, 137.5 means it's only barely going to be getting up to, oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, now we're good. 15 steel pipes a minute, eh? That makes things really easy. Except you're gonna need to be marked 3 because there's slightly more on the one belt. And then you are 40 a minute. Why you would do that? That's a bump up of 6. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Belts can stay as they are. If I do this... No? You really don't want to... Oh well. That's fine. Helps to grab the right input. I guess I really hadn't combined them, huh? It's funny how it shows it clipping in the hologram state, but then it doesn't clip like that. 20.5, that's 17.5. So yeah, that's most of it. So this is a Mark 1 belt then. Coming out of the correct path. As opposed to going around as a merger, it needs to be as an input. It needs to be an output. So this is a Mark IV, which means it's already a Mark IV. Good. Excellent. Don't want that. Like the modular frames are doing quite well, although there is a gap up there. A quite significant gap. Let me take a look at that again. Let me do that now, just to be sure. Yeah, looks fine. I guess it's just all going in a burst. Also, had I not already found that issue previously, I probably would have just realized that, wait, one of them isn't set properly. But I had already realized that. See if you'll reach all the way to there. Could do. Oh. Straight mode just makes it confused. Like I said. One-time straight mode is actually useful, though not in that instance. I don't think there's any reason to hold off on connecting it. Oh, right there. Those can't go back in. Anything else in the wrong spot? Nope, just those reinforced sheets. Alright, well that's stators. What do they get used for? Electromagnetic control rods, which are used by AI limiters. Ooh, hey, you know what? I can make those. Also, copper rotors are used for motors and turboelectric motors. I can literally, except for the RCUs, okay. I can literally not make turbo motors at this point. I can make the motors, though, not the cooling devices. Yeah, AI limiters should be more or less ready to go. So that's good. And determined how I want this to go. Stators, I mean, the other way, I guess. Gonna feed from the back instead of the That way I could have done it either way. Doesn't matter though. I have a minute. Not quite 45 total. Right? Or just over 45 total, rather. Right, that was an overclock, not an underclock. Okay. I only need just over 2 assemblers for the control rods. Kind of annoying that there's a bunch of good nodes down here, and then there's a bunch of good nodes up there, but they're not all, like, right next to each other. Spread out. Aluminum. Not very close. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. See? AI limiters right here. They need to go over there and combine with the stators to make electromagnetic control rods, but then those need to make turbo-electric motors, which require cooling systems, which will probably be made up that a ways. So much shit to maneuver. What are you for? I didn't put a sign here. The quick wire for. Ethereum computers, which require. Okay. Yes, quick. Yeah, these signs, I'm using them heavily, specifically to tell myself later on, like, where does this go? Like, I can see this is all one thing, right? So this isn't allocated to go anywhere, it's just waiting. But that was split off, and so I need to remind myself that, hey, this is where this goes. And it's the same thing with these two right here. They're signed so that I can just say that, yes, this goes this way. And those two as well. There's 3 as well. It's annoying because the ingots that go to the aluminum stuff, and then this for canisters, this for heat sinks, and this for the circuit boards. Silicon, not silica. Although it uses silica. Regardless. What are you guys doing? The bot did say it's time for a break. I'll just let that process through the break. Also, no man's land just over there. Right, set my frame rate to 30 temporarily. If I hit confirm, it'll revert it. Then let's go to AFK screen. Looks like OBS has been cooperating more tonight. It's still higher than I would like it to be in terms of the missed frames, but it's not above 1%, at least. I really hope it's not a bad sign regarding my GPU. I can't afford that shit. I mean, I might be able to if you guys go ridiculous with it and contribute like a couple $1,000s. Because, you know, even a cheaper GPU is still many hundreds of dollars. So, yeah, I could always throw the 780 in, because, you know, that's definitely still supported. No, don't need to be dealing with GPU issues. Well, although, yeah, I think $1,000 there or thereabouts with the current pricing of things would add about a month's worth of streams to the clock. So, you know, a couple $1,000s to ensure everything else and the GPU is covered. That, maybe let's not do that while the tipathon is going. Anyway, yeah, there's a tipathon going on, and so timer, bits, tips, subs, add time. Yeah, anyway. I'm gonna take a few minutes, stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer for a little bit. During this time, I am going to run some ads. Ads don't contribute much to how much I make, but by running them now, it disables pre-rolls for the next hour and ensures that the gameplay itself is completely ad-free, with the downside of having ads right now while there's nothing else happening. You know, it's just this scene and maybe me talking, so you don't miss much. Although I'm not going to be talking while the ads are rolling because I'm actually on the computer, like I already said, so that's better than nothing, right? Shaw found a button as well. Neat. Fuck you. Not you guys. They just honked their horn outside for I don't know what reason. Anytime people do, I swear. Anyway. Yeah, when I come back, we'll continue with more Satisfactory. Yeah. Hear me? Alrighty, I am back. Apologies for the small delay there. Before we get back into it, I do just want to once again mention this is a tipathon, which is basically just a subathon with a bigger focus on tips than subs. Because that way I get more money than Twitch does. So, yeah. Timer's at the top. Hopefully you know the rest. If you want to help out, of course. Don't feel like you have to, but it's greatly appreciated if you do. As it stands, we do have enough time to easily get through the rest of tonight because this is a multi-day tipathon. I'm not doing it all in one segment. No, not happening. So we do have ample time to get through the rest of tonight and through the entirety of tomorrow night as well. And I need to make that longer. Oops. Apparently I cut it down a little too short. Anyway, yeah, we do have ample time, but of course, I might just run the timer out tomorrow night if we don't get more. Also, let's get back into it, and I'll continue this line of thought. Train of thought, line of thinking. I'm very good at combining different things. You guys are still... Well, okay, it makes sense. Oh, right, yeah, you stacked to 200, duh. So yeah. I mentioned this last night, but there's an update on the tipathon. On the Professor Oak Challenge. Jesus Christ, my brain cannot work sufficiently well enough right now, it seems. It is mildly concerning that that was taking so long. But I don't think it's a genuine issue, I just think it is what it is. Anyway, as I was saying, the Professor Oak Challenge is an update. We can finally move on. We can get out of the Fieldlands. Technically, not all objectives that should have been met have been met before moving on, but there's reasons behind that hopefully people will agree with. Alright, I feel fine with connecting this. I don't know what the difference was there, but there was apparently a difference. But yeah, the tipathon I keep calling tipathon. Tipathon is continuing. The Professor Oak Challenge can continue. I can finally move on to the Crimson Mirelands and get on with the bloody story. The only thing is, I don't really want to stream it if I'm not 100% sure that the tipathon is going to continue beyond tomorrow night. And if I'm going to stream it, it's going to be tomorrow night because it's a Wednesday. Not quite November. It could wait until next week, but I kind of want to get on with it, you know? So, yeah, that's a thing. That is most definitely a thing. Maybe we should start working over there. So, yeah, that's kind of where we stand on that. I would like to play some more Legends, but like I said, I don't really want to do it unless we have ample time on the timer going into tomorrow. So most likely that won't happen. But yeah, I'm excited. We can finally move on to somewhere that isn't the Fieldlands. It only took 8 months. And I want to have this challenge done by... When exactly? By the launch of the new Legends game? The slug there. Is that area? Yeah, it looks like it. What area? Don't worry about it. Also, where'd everything go? There's nothing over there. I mean, there's some stuff, but not much. Yeah, I did some other work off stream as well. This is all aluminum sheets. A ton of aluminum sheets. And then some of these casings as well. And a bit of this polymer resin, just because I'm not 100% sure I'm uploading it anywhere else. So, yeah. That's all set up right there. Everything over here is torn down. Could put it there, but thank you, Ask. But yeah, I tore everything down, floating boulder in the distance. And basically I'm ready to put stuff in over here. How it goes? It goes. It definitely goes. Not sure I can say much more than that at the moment. Oh man, there's a lot of things going on here. Trying to reorganize things to make it a little bit more orderly. What a mess. I tried reducing this sheet down, this thing that I'm using to basically track all the things or show me what goes where and how. And how? What decade is it? Ah, God, that shows my age, doesn't it? The fact that I even know that. Fucking hell. I'm not that old. Okay, what do I want to work on first? The bauxite or oil? Use your words carefully, Kiosk. Okay, I think that's... In order to progress, I basically have to do both oil and aluminum. Because there's a lot of crossover between them. Let's go up and get the rest of the bauxite that I need. You're only playing with fire, it's fine. Yeah, only. You're connected to power? Huh. Oh, it's this line that goes up to the geothermal gens. I forgot about that there was a line here along the side. Oops. Back on there. This is like with the parachute. Why am I hover packing up the slope? So this is here. Is this a pure node? Yes. Bauxite do I need? Mark II miner should be sufficient, and I only say that because I'm getting very low on resources. Also, yes, there are cats around. Somewhere. They're below, of course. Because why wouldn't they be below? Also, geothermal gens over there. Do I want to go fully overclocked Mark II or use the resources on a Mark III? I really don't have many more resources I need to mine. It's just the bauxite and the quartz, isn't it? So I guess it's fine. I guess. Here, you can have that. Still got these extra resources there. Nope. I'm very good at that. It's 665. Nice. Now, if only I could copy it. That's probably Mark V now. And I I honestly have no reason to stay up here, because I think what I want to do is I want to extend the ramp up and over that way to that node that's literally right there. So I should really use that feature more often, the ping feature, when pointing things out, because it's pretty handy. Oh. The scrolling doesn't work with this. Oh, come on. There's totally enough space. See? There's totally not enough space for that, though. Maybe if I remove that? Yeah, good enough. And then I can rerun this to be like that. And then I can void that. And yeah, that's a lot of steel I'm getting back. Maybe I should do a random power hour on the tipathon. I do still have that functionality built in, but doesn't mean I'm gonna do it. What's a power hour? Everything is doubled, which is kind of ridiculous because that would mean $50 adds 6 hours instead of just 3. It would only take $10 to add 1 hour. I overshot slightly. Even that's overshooting. Right there's fine. I love how I can hear what I can only assume is coil whine. just cut out during those stutters. Also, my hover pack currently does not function, as a reminder, because there's no power up here. So I am being a little cautious. Yep, no hover pack. Both of you, really. Ass wiped. 535.655. 535.655. 665. Yep. I did get that wrong the first time. Yep. Right to me. Did I make it all the way around the turn? Not quite. Not really surprised, honestly. I'm just gonna run this straight down the center. Alright, now we disable straight mode. And just go until it stops. And sure, why not? Run it down until we get into the merger. Apologies if that's not pleasant to look at. It's kind of hard to offset away from that. That was weird. And now I run back up and go get the power. And yeah, I could make these look a lot nicer than they do, but I don't care. Wire is too long, eh? Alright. And so then that will be a merger. Yeah. There is a merger, though. This isn't even connected to the grid. It's just geothermal gen providing power. That's nice. How much of this area am I gonna need? I don't know. That's the best part. I don't know what I need for anything here. Oh, and I need the nitrogen, don't I? Where is that? I need 300 crude oil, which... I mean, what is this? Normal node? I can get 300, right? There. One full node being occupied for that. I'll repurpose these belts, but I need to, well, honestly, what I should do. I don't want to use more Mark 5 belts than necessary. I don't really want to overdo on the Mark 6 either, but then Mark 4 and 3... What am I gonna need? Am I gonna need any ore or any... I think it's purely just the nitrogen gas. Iron, coal, limestone was all down south. Nitrogen, oil, oxides over there, Caterium was south, copper was south, rock quartz is flown in. Yeah, I don't have a need for this actually, so just... I was gonna repurpose it, but no need. Oops. Do not want to be removing that platform. Foundation, rather. I don't honestly know how far off the mark this is, though. I think the nitrogen is nearby. Hopefully it's close enough that it's worth running down this slope. I don't think it's worth going to the other one, certainly. Okay, I don't think I selected any of the power lines. I need a jetpack. More of everyone's favorite sounds. Yeah, that's it right there. So it is in this general area. Get rid of all that garbage. Speaking of garbage, geez, I've got a fair amount of crap in here, don't I? Let's see, let's reorganize this a little bit. I'm not currently making those, so I want to keep them. No, I've been using concrete, but this is just bridging a gap. Does it really matter? Oops. Went a little too far. One more. Okay, never mind on the one more. Nastiness right there. I don't have any Nobelisk on me, so I'm not going to deal with it. But it sure would be nice if it wasn't there. That facing out that way. Now, how much of this thing am I going to need? Nitrogen gas, I need 280 a minute from. You're not going to be a nuisance because of power. You are going to be a nuisance because of power, because that's just how these things work. Oh look! Power! I'm going to have even more garbage left over in my inventory. Loud noises. Even with the jetpack on there. You can see immediately upon doing that, extra 150 megawatts. So, I mean, feeding the developers. I don't really want it creating 840 cubic meters a minute if I'm only going to be using 280. But I also don't want to be hooking up all of the extractors. Really? I forgot how big these things' hitboxes are. Yeah, shut up. I mean, honestly, do I even need it? No. So you're 120. Really? On a pure? Well... Are they just all pure vents? Hi, how you doing? I mean, it looks like it. Yeah, they're just all pure vents. Okay. How many are there? 7? Yeah, 7 vents. And now this should be 93.3, well, it would be if I had power. Yeah, pro tip, if you're just out and about and you realize that, oh yeah, I can just place a power augmenter in order to get some quick power. You can't find a good spot to put it, just press H. Just hold it. Then it'll place just about anywhere. 93.33. Which is what I wanted. Okay. More garbage. There. Why not? Yeah, rather than overclock it, I might as well just underclock it and utilize more of the vents. I swear I hear something, but I'm not seeing anything. Unless this was like a location of a summer sloop and I've already gotten all the sloops bar 2. 2 that were a tad bit irradiated to a unacceptable level, shall we say. Yeah, again, 280 divided by 3, 93.33, and this is... Well, that one doesn't say it, but that one does. Doesn't really matter where it goes, I guess. Does that work? Well enough. Alright. Now I get to run a whole bunch of pipe, and the great thing about nitrogen is that it's a gas. I know, obvious statement is obvious. But because of the way that gases work, whoops. Who needs pumps? It's a gas, it's not a fluid, it doesn't need to be pumped around. I mean, okay. Gases might technically still need to be pumped around to some degree in reality, but in this game, that's not the case. They just kind of do their own thing. Unfortunately, now at this point, I've already got all the wire run, so it's a matter of just following it back down the hill. Of course, easier said than done weaving through the trees. You can use that to do it. Of course, I could always just... Maybe not. Let's rerun that. Just run it as it is. Of course, I'm running this nitrogen down. I don't actually need the nitrogen for a while. But at least I'll have it done and over with, right? Once I get power running down here, I can hook it up, and then by the time that I need it, it will have saturated the pipe. That was kind of weird. So I'm still not 100% sure that I want this coming down right where it is, but... whatever. The one downside to doing that is you can very easily stack things that you don't want to be stacking. Okay, so the oil, we just need 10 refineries for heavy oil residue. What if I actually do that over here? Didn't work as well as I had hoped it would. Well, I've been using some stuff at least. One rod. fine. I'll just align it to the grid. How about that? And refineries, huh? I don't know that I need all of that distance. Alright, can I please get some power over here so I don't have to rely on a jetpack? There. Is that much, and then I can just also plonk down one of these over here or something. Maybe. Over there. Then now I can put that back on, and there we go. I can fly. Nuts. Oh, isn't that useful? I've got heavy oil residue refineries. That's 4. 8. And 10 plus 2 extra. Give it a second to build out. And I'll redo that as well as I have typically been doing because I can save on one object by doing that. It's not a lot, but it could make a difference somewhere down the line. I highly doubt that I'll ever reach the build limit, but you never know. Now, seeing as this is 300 per minute, I am gonna start it off 120. I rebuilt it. It's 300 per minute. I'm gonna start it off with a Mark II pipeline so that it just shouldn't have flow issues. And I'll even give it a little extra just to be safe. Junctions can support any amount of fluid, supposedly, so they are not a bottleneck potential. Okay. Well, that's literally all that should be needed for these things. Right. I can then bring that around and Yes, it's clipping into the mergers a little bit, I'm aware. I don't honestly care. Because it's not clipping into a part of it that's being used. So, honestly, what's it matter? Now, if only I actually had proper power over here. Not that far ahead of things. Actually, I wonder, can I... Hell yeah! Doesn't exactly know how to handle that situation. Doesn't. Oh boy, what is my inventory right now? That goes there. That goes there. That was weird. That goes there. That's there. Still got this stuff. Yeah, no, it's a good way, and that's exactly why I just did it. Just trap them in there in a box, and you can deal with them pretty effectively. Okay, I am going to realign this one slightly, just so that it's got less clipping potential for a belt coming out of here. This crap here. You know, let's go back to the base. Briefly. There's a teleporter right there, so it's not a long trip. Clean up my inventory a little bit. Hydrated. That is not my zipline. Okay, something just fell on the other side of my room. Also, yes, Falcon Punch is here. Up. Sink all that stuff. Sink this stuff. Sink this stuff. It's just excess. And it's gone. Put that away like I said. And I guess I could restock my inventory as well. Definitely don't need any of them. Just 3 stacks of reinforced plates, please. Let's see. Rubber is actually in need of refilling. I swear, basically nothing uses rubber, but I still have it in my inventory. Wait, what am I doing? Do that, and then drag the motors. Okay. I can stutter, though. Lizard Duggos, what's going on? This is still only half of you. I don't know how you guys got that sort of stuff in here, but alright. I'll take the slug for sure, though. I really need to get the other 4 over here to the main base. I'll just do that. Throw that in there because I don't need it. Sorry, Lizard Doggos. Put that in there, and we can go back. North. Okay, so it does hold the shift key for you when you come out of a portal. You were holding it on the way in. Because, like, I'm not touching shift at the moment. I'm still clearly going faster than I would be. And then if I hit it... Yeah, much slower. Oh, right. You know, one of the things I went back there was to grab... Went back there for is to grab Noblest. Guess what I forgot to grab? I'm good like that. I got distracted by the lizard doggos. I could just grab it out of the depot, but look at how much Noblest I've got. I'd rather just try and empty this backlog, which will never happen. Perfect. That was weird. I won't clear the backlog because I never feel like going back to my base, so I just keep grabbing it out of here and then never using it up and then just dumping it back at the base. And it just accumulates and accumulates and accumulates. Of course, it can't be an even split, can it? Good that I'm irresponsibly using explosives still. Uh-huh. Okay, how many do I need for that? Can you, like, come way the fuck up here so you're actually visible with everything else? I'm gonna be producing over 300 heavy oil residue. 400 exactly, actually. I guess I can do that. I don't need heavy oil residue, admittedly. Great time for a break, huh? I just need petroleum coke. There. Yeah, the good thing about that setup is that because the lifts are clipped so far into the splitters, they basically just get selected by default. Which makes it very easy to just clean it up. Oh. Okay. That makes 393.3, and that's all it makes. Okay. I'm thinking this will come out to here, and then one pipe will run this way. And the other pipe will go this way, because I need to make diluted fuel with 5.378 blenders. Sure. Floating boulder. Nice. Once it does save. Save files are getting pretty big. Also, that's 21.69 with 169 hours in the save. So, doubly nice. That. And we get the rainy background this time. Only just over 4 hours left on the clock. I mean, only just. Closer to quarter past than not, but you get my point. Still, again, more than enough to get through the rest of tonight, but time is running out. Alright, so, yeah, like the bot said, time for a break. I'm just going to take a few minutes, stand up, stretch, get away from the computer for a little bit. During this time, I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream I run ads, prevents pre-rolls for the next hour, blah, 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 blah. Basically, gameplay is ad-free. Ads are run only during this point in the stream where you don't have to worry about missing a single thing. And it also gives you time to get up and do something if you need to without missing anything of the stream. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, when I come back, we'll continue working on this. Probably, once I have the fuel set up, I'll probably start working on the aluminium stuff. Probably. I don't know. We'll see. Again, they kind of go together because petroleum coke is needed for electrode aluminum scrap. Yeah. Anyway. BRB. Alrighty, I am back once again, and also once again, before we get back into it, I do again just want to point out the tipathon. I'm doing this for whatever reason. I mean, you should understand why if you know me, but yeah, I don't have much else to give other than just stream as much as possible during certain hours of the day, because no way in hell would I do a single segment one of these again anytime soon. My channel would have to take off massively for that to happen, and we all sure as hell know that ain't gonna happen. But, yeah. It's a tipathon, it's basically just a subathon, and any contribution to the stream, whether it be bits, tips, or subscriptions, all will add time to the timer. And I don't think I've ran this command a single time tonight, but there's a bunch of information. Ignore the fact that the bot says that it stops at 2:10. The stream's gonna be over long before then. That's just legacy stuff, because this script that I'm using to run the timer was actually made for a subathon that I did a couple of years ago. I just repurposed it for the tipathon, and it became a multi-day thing instead of single segment. It's because of that subathon that I don't do single segment ones anymore. Yeah, that document has all the things, tells you what adds how much time, and the bonuses and such, and all that wonderful stuff. Like I've been saying, we are technically good for tonight, but also the values I've selected are honestly they're kind of high for how much time you get for your money. Because again, a $20 tip will add 1 hour to the timer. That's a fair amount. So I've been considering turning that down. Might want to get any contributions in tonight, just in case I decide to change my mind tomorrow. But do as you will. Just give myself ample space here. because I need blenders. And while I don't need this per se, having these blenders honestly won't hurt. Yeah, sure, why not? Do I want to just make it a 6th? Yeah. Don't need that, but... Are there really no belts? Good job, past me. Although I think I might redraw these to be on the ground. I missed twice now. Didn't throw the line to the side. I mean, it did, but to the wrong side. Maybe just to make it a little less silly in one sense. I need that divided by 2. So close. Whoopsies. Alright. Good old diluted fuel. It's such a powerful recipe. Heavy oil residue into diluted fuel. Just remember, I'm not even taking all of the heavy oil residue that I'm producing and turning it into fuel, but from 300 crude oil, I'll be making 537 fuel per minute. And I could make more if I didn't split some of it off over to here. You know? Such a powerful recipe. That is under that though. That is under 300. So 400, huh? I think that should be all I need for that. And then as for my... First and foremost, let me just get this hooked up. There. I still need to hook up the water, obviously. But right, like I was doing. So these are producing 20 per minute. We'll just assume this one's 20, even though it is. Was it the middle one? No, this only requires 10. Okay. Yeah. 80, 100, 120, 40, 60, 80, 200. Just as expected. Okay. I should set up the water for that sooner than not. How do I want to do that? Do I want to put it like right here and just feed it in? How much water do I even need? Oh, you're saying to... Yeah, I'm not doing that. It wants me to do the thing whereby I use... wastewater from another process. I'd rather just sink it, personally. $2.70 a piece. Again, can't copy paste off of them. Wish you could copy paste off of machines like that. Fuel gens are the same way. Very annoying, but especially when you have to set up hundreds of fuel gens, but you have to overclock them all manually. Oh well. No, wait. See what I can do. I can put that there and then run that in like that. And there should be ample head lift from these two pumps to get it up that little slope. And that's just making straight up fuel. Trying to tab out. Not working very well though. I need to make recycled rubber and recycled plastic out of fuel. But I also need to make residual rubber out of the polymer resin. I guess I could do that out here. Actually, didn't I have... residual rubber? I mean, that's technically fine. That's all I need. It's only making fuel. I don't need much more than that. I need exactly 5 refineries for that. Five residual rubber refineries. How much water does that need? 200 water? Another pump. Good enough. Is it just 200? Yeah, just straight up 200. And then as for you, you're gonna be 200, so... Thank you, Infinite Nudge. Is that 40? Yep. That's that all built. Need to provide it power, obviously. Fortunately, I just so happen to have this right here. I don't know that I'll use all that concrete platform over there, but I have it. Can you make 20 a minute? Yes. And of course it splits unevenly. Some going to crystal oscillators, and the rest going to recycled plastic, which some of it combines with that little bit of iron from down south, and the rest of it, this is a mess to try and sort through. The rest of it goes off to make recycled rubber. Did I already say that? Recycled rubber also goes to make crystal oscillators and Caterium computers. Oh, it's such a mess. There. This is also a mess, but I say let's go over here and work on aluminum stuff. Because I've only really been working with oil thus far. Of course, now I have to find where aluminum is on this thing. Bauxite, sorry. Same difference. One's before, one's after. That's all. I don't know that I really need all of this space, but I'll build it out for the time being, and we'll go from there. Just go with this one, I guess. Okay, this can be sloppy alumina, because I'm using both sloppy alumina and alumina solution. Is this not the output? Yep. Place that the wrong way around. Good job, me. So I don't want heavy oil residue, basically. I mean, yeah, I don't think I have anything that's really perfect for this, so go with this. Again, only 3 of them. Oh, why you selected yourself? I kind of wish I didn't do that. There. You'll see why in a second while I'm doing that. So these are going to be sloppy alumina. Which does not have items out the front. And you need to be set to that. But then otherwise, yes, you're very annoying. I get it. Oi! Just flew into me, little shit. Wow, my inventory is a mess. Okay, that went there. That belongs up there. Get all this garbage out of where it doesn't belong. That's a bit better. I can't press E to close my inventory. E. Anyway. There you go, game. Alright, and now what I want is not necessarily steam sheets. I want... Do I have one that has fluids and items on both sides? Or do I have to make that? I think that's it. Okay, fine. I think really I should have left a little gap there. But I did, unintentionally. That works. Am I getting power off of... I am, aren't I? Much better. Okay, so there's that. These are going to be alumina solution. And there goes Kofi Streambot posting twice again. It didn't do it last hour, but it did it in the first hour and again now. I don't understand. Not my bot, so it's not my problem. Technically, it's that. But I mean, does that actually make a difference? I don't think it does. Did you re-roll? I don't know, kiosk. You say with no context, but with no context, I have no clue what you're talking about, so hell if I know. Don't know either. That's good. Okay, I don't know. $143. 686. Well, that makes it easy. So, you're into the Mark III territory, as are you. And then you guys are Mark II. With you being a Mark I. Somebody keeps setting off a car alarm outside, but I know for a fact it's not one of ours, because... well, I just know. Kind of annoying, though. Wait, really? That one requires 792. That literally doesn't compute for, one pipe. So feed in 400 from both sides. Got it. Or something like that. I think that's far too close. Yep. Let's try it a little further over. Much better. Yeah, my signal gets stronger as I go up, in theory. No, it doesn't, because it's over there. So here's what I'm actually thinking. Mark 1 pipe to there. Mark 1 pipe to there. Except those will actually be Mark 2s. Hey, bye. Going on. Gonna overclock that. 200 a minute there. Overclock this one fully. And then what I can do is I can bring this one forward. Except I'm going to nudge it in line with that. And then there's my 800 per minute. I need 792, but same difference. Yeah, it has been a while, hasn't it? And not even because you stopped coming to GTA either, because that stopped being an option. No, it's been alright with me, just... oh, I mean, it's the same as always, which is why I'm currently in the midst of a tipathon, which is a subathon, basically, but... yeah. Not single segment, mind you. Otherwise, just enjoying playing 1.0. How many hours do I have in the game at this point? Oh, almost 800. I started with like 620 something hours when 1.0 dropped. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That comes there. So that should be roughly 400, roughly 400. Right. Yeah. Well, it shouldn't have stopped the following week, but they just didn't want to play, and then, well, you know the rest. Oh. Is what it is. I still want to get a 5M server going, but there's just either nobody who wants to help or has the time or knowledge to help to make that happen. And I think at this point it's just too far gone as well, which is highly disappointing. But, oh well. It is what it is. You know what? I'll just make this entire line Mark II. That'll be good. Yeah, that's the water supply for this. I've still got to get the water supply for this done, which is... Oh, spare me with the water feeding in from the other side. 543.3 repeating water per minute. And then this stupid electrode aluminum scrap is supposed to be splitting water like 3 different ways. Okay, maybe only 2, but I'm not dealing with that. Yeah, well, Storm, here's the thing. Also, what's up? What's going on? Just tried to combine those into one statement. Here's the thing. We have a race script that we could use. The one I posted in the GTA chat, however long ago. The problem is, well, the main problem is that there's no fixture removal built into it. But it uses the vanilla... Love autosave. It uses the vanilla save file format for how it loads the tracks. And, better yet, the script is open source and unlicensed. We can... We're never going to do this, but we could literally take it, change nothing about it, and put it behind a paywall and try and sell it to people. Because of how it's licensed, in that it's not licensed, we could literally do that. We can do whatever the fuck we want with it. Or more ideally, though, we get people who know what they're doing, which is mostly Lua. Problem is figuring out all the 5M specific stuff. Got a couple of pull requests made, which I haven't done myself because I honestly don't know how to go about it. I've thought about it, but I've not. I don't know the best way to implement it, so I haven't made a pull request for it. Considering, I've been considering for a couple months now, really, but considering doing a feature request on it, but yeah. The script is there, it just needs a little bit of work, and it could be up and running soon enough. I really need to get more slugs. Alright, so that's gonna be a Mark II pipe. Yeah, I miss it when it was like that as well, Pi. Like I said, problem of getting the right people involved and getting things to a point where we can get them working. It's not impossible, it's just not super likely at this point. Which is part of why I've started racing on the likes of 8th Gear and Project Homecoming and such. Yep. Yeah, I got you, Pi. I'm not lacking time, but it's enough of a time investment combined with not having the most knowledge about it that I can't really justify it, personally. Because, while I know a little bit about it, mostly from my adventures last year, I just, again, like I said, the main thing that needs words are hard. The main thing that needs adding at the moment is the fixture removal, and, by thinking about it, yeah, how do implement? Because the way that I know to implement it just doesn't seem like the best way to do it. And what's a better solution? Oh, let me look online. Oh, right. Nobody else has posted about this, or very few people have posted about it, and it's like, the answer is just... It's trivial, so just do it, right? Yeah. That's fine. Hoping we can get the group back together for GTA 6. Yeah. If that game is even worth touching. I'm not holding my breath. Especially because if it ships with something like BattleEye or such, count me the fuck out. It's the same reason why I'm not playing the game, why I'm not playing GTA 5 now. GTA 6 isn't going to change that. Kernel level anti-cheat can fuck off. That shit is not touching my computer. And it's a shame, too. I said, I still want to play GTA 5, which is why I'm on 5M, but... Just a shame. Can I just sneak this over here? Totally can. Yeah, fair enough, Pi. I won't agree with you on that, but... that's just me. Yeah, right, Chaos. I have low expectations, and I still expect to be disappointed. This is set up properly. Don't mess with it. Okay, this... I'm not going to get too much further with this setup tonight. It's just not happening. To be clear. It's a complex setup. So the Illumina solution... We're crying out loud. Just under 1,200 Illumina solution. That really is the only place that that's going, right? Yes. Okay. Okay, so that's like 500 some, but then this is... This is a nuisance, is what it is. if I split that halfway, was that 172? Yeah, it was over. Alright, fine. Here's how we'll handle this. Flipping into the power pole that's just in front there. Not that big of a deal. I'm gonna move that forward. And then I'm gonna build this, except I don't want the full thing, I only want... Well, I need 6.5, so do I just do... one less, I guess? I don't know. This is what I get for using an external planner and trying to produce a lot of things all at the same time. Because again, what am I producing in this factory? Aluminum sheets, aluminum casings, cooling systems, fused modular frames, heavy modular frames, radio control units, turbo motors, packaged fuel, and fuel. The packaged fuel is to power drones, primarily, because I need quartz, but there's not really any quartz close by. And then the fuel is just, well, why not? A little bit more power gen never hurt anyone, right? Probably. This is going to be electrode alumina scrap. Aluminum. Don't need the flashlight. That is not... Wait, what? I must have copied it off of that one. There we go. Okay, and then this one gets set to that. Oh, what a nuisance. Actually, I don't need item outputs on all of them, just these. Yeah. And the silica is going towards silicon circuit boards, which the copper sheets for that are, over there. Not in that row. They're actually like further back behind that somewhere. You see the other refineries that are just about in view there? Yeah. They're all the way back there somewhere. Oh, this is a large build. So we're gonna take this and we're going to do that and then actually make that a merger and then just snap that into place. Remove the belt. Remove those. And then I can redraw the belt connecting all of these. And do that. And now it all looks better. It all snaps together nicely. And these are producing 50 silica a minute, except for this one, which is only 20, but we'll just treat it like it's got 50. What is it actually? 70 and then 120. Technically could be marked too. And now the 100 is 220, so. Delete that extra bit of belt that I missed. Yeah, they're all clipped in now, and that one can just stay like that. So that's good. And delete that and rerun it. Again, not strictly necessary, but I am saving one part by not having the extra splitter there. And then now that the belting is in, I'll deal with the fluids, which I really should have dealt with already. Never mind that. Yep, that's what I wanted. How much do these things output? 120 typically, but 48 for this one. So that would be just under Mark II levels, but I'm still going to make it a Mark II pipe. Because it's somewhat close. I'm going to feed that in there. I'm going to feed this into here like that, and then these two... Sure. There's something there. So yeah, that's immediate Mark II. Can't wait for straight mode pipes. So that'll be like that. And that should saturate that pipe fairly evenly. Hopefully. And again, because I can't be bothered to figure out how much should be in each segment, just make it all Mark II. Why not? It's only ever 180 connecting though, so that can be like that. Okay. It probably wouldn't actually hurt to do this the other way. The autosave. Because then what I can do is I can put a valve What in the hell are you trying to accomplish by doing... How about that? That'll be great for it, but that's also valve, so... By adding the valve, it should, in theory, prevent it from backflowing and thus keep everything in this one pipe. Because I'm sure sloshing will be a massive issue until it saturates itself. Now, how about on the inputs here? Something like that, in theory? Where are you? Petroleum coke, yeah. Okay. Petroleum coke is all the way over here. I can very quickly bring it around. Is that you? That is you. I actually want to bring it more this way. So that I can then bring it, like, around the edge here. Basically. And I might go on the diagonal here. Not having hover hurts. R key just double input again. I really wish I knew why it was doing that. Because it used to do it, and then it stopped, and now it's doing it again. and nothing has changed in that time. That's, yeah, the right level, just like that. There, now it doesn't appear to be unsupported. Yeah, that's petroleum coke. So in theory, this is some sort of alumina solution setup. Although I'm gonna have to redo this now. Running out of time in this stream. In fact, any minute now, the bot should say as much. How much aluminum scrap am I making? Oh, just a casual 1966.667 per minute. Not that much. We're gonna do it like this. So 2 sets of 900, but the one will have an additional 166 attached to it. Because, why not? Again, not that. Break down most of this, and then redraw it. What's that, 466? And that's 600 plus 166 is definitely Mark 5, and then that's a Mark 6 from there. Get this done, and then there's your 900. Let's see, can I do this? Or, better yet, can I just do this? No. Well then, how about this? Yeah, that'll work. That clears. Clean that up a little bit. And then the output. Honestly, this output's just gonna get funneled into a sink. I can't be bothered to go with it. But like, legitimately just... If that's not even. I knew it wouldn't be. There. How much water are you producing though? 688 per minute. Oh. Yeah, that's gonna be needed. Alright, well, anyway. As the bot said, it's time to take a break, which actually means it's time to end the stream. My inventory is once again a bit of a mess. just dump this. Feels weird to void heavy modular frames, but I don't need them anymore. Let's see, let me just... Where is the concrete? It's up here. Pop that off so that I can fill up other things, and then the motors as well, because they're down towards the bottom of the list, then I can go from there, I guess. No, doesn't help with if clicking out steel pipes, I guess. There. I could have made my life a little bit easier there, but it doesn't matter. So the wire is good, cable's good, all that stuff's good. Quick wire needs a topping off, rods need a topping off, the rotors need a topping off. Not modular frames, copper sheets, motors. Oh, I skipped over rubber and plastic. And those can go in there. There we go. That's going to do it for tonight. End of part 22. Once the game decides to close, and pause the timer. 3 hours, 10 minutes, 24 seconds left on the clock. That is just about enough left for tomorrow's stream and no more. Oh boy. That would be a massive shame if it was to end tomorrow, considering it was always going to end tomorrow if nothing else was contributed. I mean, we have had contributions. Only enough to get to the end of tomorrow night. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. We still got a full 3-hour stream. Plus, maybe a little bit, if the timer is too low. Yeah, because there's so little time left on it, I am not going to do Pokemon. I'm going to just run that because, yeah, of course. Would have output the other stream otherwise. Yeah, I will be back again tomorrow night at the same time to do some more Satisfactory. Like I said, both last night and earlier tonight, yes. I was considering doing Pokemon tomorrow, but I'm not going to do it with just enough time left on the clock to only do tomorrow night. So I'm going to stick with Satisfactory. We're going to continue to work on this factory, and we will slowly but surely progress. Honestly, I'm at the point where if I start hooking things up, I might be able to get plastic production up and running. I still have a couple of sets of machines to do for that, but once I have plastic up and running, I can get the packaging going, and then I can start packaging fuel and actually start working with the drones. So, yeah, that's important because that's the way I'm getting quartz there. Again, I'm not pulling 160 raw quartz a minute from a pure node. That's not that close. I'd rather fly it in from an impure node because, well, 2 impure nodes technically, if it's 160. But anyway, that's a problem for possibly tomorrow, maybe Thursday? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Again, anybody can help contribute. Bits, tips, subs, all will add time to the timer. The times are quite generous. They're, again, linked in that document. I think I never pinned it in chat. I should really pin it, but that document. But, like, legitimately, $20 adds 1 hour. And $50 adds 3 because bonuses. So I have to add in the bonus time. But regardless, things are rather generous. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a tipathon. It's a subathon, but more time added by tips. What more do you want from me? But it's a multi-segment tipathon because single segment is no thank you. So yeah, that's there. If you'd like to contribute, You can do so at any time, not just while I'm live. But you don't have to if you don't want to. What was that? Again, next stream tomorrow night, like I was saying. And, I guess that's it. Yeah. I'm gonna run some ads on the way out, as I usually do. If you don't want to stick around for them, that's fine. Just leave. At the end of the stream, you're not gonna miss anything. Thanks for hanging around, of course, but if you don't want to sit through some ads, then don't through ads. That's the great thing about the end of the stream. I can just run them. And if nobody's around, oh well. If you want to stick around though, cool. I get maybe a couple extra pennies or something. Whoop-de-doo. Anyway. Yeah, let's just wrap it up. That's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Later.